And I would like to call to order the meeting of the San Bernardino Community College.
We don't have quorum yet.
What?
We don't have quorum.
I know we don't have quorum, but we can still call the meeting to order, as I understand.
No, ma'am, we do need a quorum even to call the meeting.
Oh, I thought we could get through some reports that did not need any action.
No, we cannot. We need a quorum even to begin the meeting.
Okay. Well, we'll wait for Mr. Longville. Okay. Let me forget them, they're right there. There we go. Good afternoon. We'll try this again. And since we have our legal eagle on the very first row, he'll let us know whether we're doing this legally or not. Anyway, welcome to the San Bernardino Community College Board of Trustees meeting today on September 8th, 2022. The first item of business is to have the Pledge of Allegiance, and I would like to have Vice Chancellor Torres lead us in the pledge, please.
Okay, ready? Put your right hand over your heart. Ready? Begin.
Flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. At this time, we will have public comment on agenda and non-agenda items. And I understand we have quite a few. So let me call the first speaker, Shalita Tillman. Right there.
Yes, you can all approach the dais, and we'll read out the names, because my understanding is everybody filled out a card.
Yes.
So we'll just call your name for whoever will be the next speaker.
Okay.
They work?
Sound good?
Okay.
Speak into this.
Yes, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Hello, my name is Shalita Tillman, and I'm the manager of CalWorks and Workforce Development at San Bernardino Valley College. And I want to thank everyone for allowing us to be here today and share some information about our department. The reason why we're here, we would like to share that we do more than just service our CalWorks populations. We service an array of populations, and we have multiple programs within our department that help our students, our community members, even some of our employees. I shared a little bit of information. There was a handout that gives a little information and some highlights of the things that we do in our department, some of the programs that we work with. We just got a new program, the Fresh Success Program. I worked for probably, oh my gosh, I can't remember how many years, but I can say from 2017 to present, I worked with our, the Chancellor's Foundation Community Colleges and with San Bernardino County, which they were not willing to partner for us to have this program. And finally, last year, I got a call from the county and the Community Colleges Foundation office, and we had a meeting, and San Bernardino County decided to go ahead and go into that agreement. So we now will be able to offer the Fresh Success Program on our campus, and that program will allow us to provide services to our students that are receiving CalFresh. Some of those students are not eligible for other programs, so they'll be able to get programs such as gas cards, assistance with parking permits, books, supplies, and we can also assist with housing insecurities. So if we have a student that's eligible for the program and they need somewhere to stay, we can cover the cost of a hotel room for a few days until we can find additional placement for them. We have a lot of great partners that we work with, a lot of different areas that we serve, like our homeless population, our reentry population. We work with our Workability 3 population through the Department of Rehabilitation. We work with workforce development clients, EDD clients, and just community members that may not even be students yet. And with working with all those different areas, we use that as a resource for us as for retention and also for recruitment. So we try to kill multiple birds with one stone. And I can say that it's working pretty good in that area. But there are some concerns that I do have in regards to the support that we get for that department. In the past, we had a job developer that worked with our general population of students. We do have a job developer, but because of the funding source, they're assigned to a specific area. I've inquired with our campus administration and district administration about the funding for this particular position and how important it is to have. And I have gotten anywhere with a response. However, I did see that there is a job developer position at Crafton Hills College. I don't know if it's being funded through categorical funds or through general funds, but it would be nice to see the equity across the board. And I am a firm believer of really upholding the mission and the mission, the values, and the goals of our district across the board for all of our programs. And so often our program is overlooked and underrepresented on the campus with the lack of equity, the lack of transparency, the lack of communication, and I just feel that our department has been disregarded in a way that we are swept to the side. And we do so much. And I would like for the team that works with me to receive that highlight and not feel like they have to be demoralized because they're not being noticed for the great work that they're doing. Yes, I can give them kudos and tell them they're doing a great job every day, all day, but it needs to be acknowledged at a higher level. And I would like for that to happen. And before I turn it over to one of my coworkers, I would like to say thank you to Chief Jackson and his team. An incident occurred with one of our CalWorks students. The transition didn't go smoothly when we called the number to get assistance from campus police. But he immediately, once I contacted him to let him know what happened, he immediately contacted me and set up a meeting to rectify the issue, walk us through the process, and he accepted ownership that the ball was dropped on that end. And I really appreciate that in his leadership, that he was able to accept that there was a situation where on their end there was an issue that occurred and he was willing to correct it immediately. He was responsive to us and not reactive to us. And I really wanted to thank him and his team for that. I appreciate that. And I also want to give kudos out to our custodians at SBVC. Whenever we have an event, and we do lots of events with our partners or just within our department, that they provide us with great assistance with the setup, or if there's something additional, we can call them. There's no gripes, there's no issues. They are treating us with respect, coming in with a smile, and always helping us make sure our events go swell. So I thank you all for listening, and I want to go ahead and turn it over to one of my team members.
I have three, Wendy Narat, Rocio Cortez, Patricia Valenzuela, and Allison Molina. So which one is coming up?
I'm Patricia Valenzuela.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. and Thank you for allowing me to be here. My name is Patricia Valenzuela, and I work for the CalWorks and Workforce Development Department. And I've been working in the CalWorks department for 14 years now. I'm a student services technician too. I work with CalWorks, WIOA, EDD, CTB program for the entire campus. I also will be working for the CalFresh program. I'm looking so forward to that. And I just wanted to point out that as a program, we have a great outreach. Our leadership with Ms. Tillman, her vision is to outreach and reach as many people as we possibly can, students, those people that are homeless. We have assisted with homeless students who have come in to find places to live. We have not just CalWorks students, but any student on the campus. We also right now are doing a stop and drop where we are advertising our program, Campus Central, Workforce Development, CalWorks, and pretty soon we'll be adding our CalFresh program to that. So what we do is we go out to the community, to the nonprofits, and we bring our brochures, and we bring also our items, advertisement items, outreach items to them, so that these places who come in contact with people or students who need assistance or who would like to go to college and need a program to reach out to and may meet our requirements can come, or just to get them interested in college and to call and come and see if we can help them. We also go to the child support services. And we go, as a team, we separate and we go at certain times of the day and we sit there and we greet and meet people there at that time also. So we try to make a great outreach to as many as possible. There are issues in our program where I feel the same as Shalita, that we are not recognized and we are not giving the support that we need. We have asked many times for space within the office, the upstairs office, so that we can deal with our students in a much more confidential atmosphere. So many of our students have a lot of issues, or we deal with confidential documents because we work with the county. We have outreach, not just San Bernardino, we also do Riverside County and as far away as LA County. So we have all these offices and students that come to the campus. And there are places that we need to be able to assist these students so that they can tell their story or relate to us how we can help them best without everybody and their brother hearing what's going on. So we've rearranged our office. We've even asked Student Life had provided us with desks and stuff, but we don't have confidentiality in our office for our students. And so I feel like along with this and all the other things that we do on the campus, we should get some more support, and people should come up and see how our office works. We have a conference room that has clothes in it because we don't have a storage area for that. We have our storage area that has our files and our outreach items that, along with everything else that you can think of that a program might have to store in this one office, along with we don't share with custodian anymore, do we? Well, we used to have our stuff with custodians, but there are offices there, and they're empty. Department, Student Life is now coming over, but they have their own offices and their own area, but they're in our area, and it just doesn't make sense that somebody should have an office in one area, another office in another, when we could actually use that office. I don't know. But I'm just speaking my mind. I just want to have the support for our program, and I would like to see our coworkers also be supported with all the work that they do. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Who's next?
Rocio. Hi, my name is Rocio Cortez. I'm the program assistant for the Cowards Department and Workability 3 program. Miss Patricia already stole all the words from me. What can I say? Well, Workability 3 program, I help students to build their resumes, cover letters. We help them how to look for a job, to be successful in life. The overall goal from the program is self-sufficiency. And also, I do outreach. I do outreach for the employers. That way, I can have more employers and share with my consumers and my students. And also, I help students that are not part of the program of Workability 3 or the Cowards Department. I help them build their resumes, also cover letters, or if they need to look for a job or they need any assistance with how to apply for further work study, I do that as well. Well, yeah, Ms. Shalita and Ms. Patricia already said everything that needs to be done, and hopefully we can get it. And thank you.
Thank you.
Do you mind if I go? I'd rather come right after her. I don't know, I'm on the list. My name is Anita Hernandez. I'm actually the job developer for the CalWorks program.
I do not have a card for you.
Okay, so I apologize for that. I actually, when I leave work, I actually have a son that's disabled myself. He's paralyzed from the waist down. So a lot of times I go and assist him. One of the things that's really important for me.
Yeah. And we also have we have a 20-minute time limit for one topic. So at this point, you're getting close.
Okay, I'll try to make mine really quick. The reason I wanted to come in after Rocio is because I'm actually the job developer for two programs. I'm the job developer for the Workability 3 and the CalWorks program. And then we also have a lot of students, a general population students that are looking for employment. We have so many employers that contact us as a community college. I used to work for a private college before, and I know the importance was the Career Center. That was the key factor of the college, of the employment output that was going to happen after the person finished school. So really, the goal of the college, any community college, any university, is to get that person a job. I think that the college does need to look at the job developer positions because there is no one to service the general population. When Stan Corella retired, there was never anyone to replace him, and I think that's the funding that Ms. Tillman is talking about. So there is no one to service our general population student when we have tons of employers that are looking to hire our students. They're looking for interns, they're looking to hire them immediate after college while they're attending college. I mean, there's so many employers that are looking to hire our students, but yet we don't have anyone to service them.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, I'm Allison Molina. I'm a current student at San Bernardino Valley College and a student worker in the CalWorks department. I've been a student at San Bernardino Valley College off and on since 2015. When I was able to receive the services that CalWorks offers, nobody informed me of this department. Nobody directed me in the direction that I needed to go to. I had to pay out of pocket for books and parking and things like that. And on a budget and receiving aid and not being able to do those type of things all the time, it makes it hard for our students. Our students don't find out about our department unless they come to like an outreach program that we're doing. And I feel that we're very overlooked. And I'm one of the people that like speaks out about our department. Like if we're talking to students, I'm also a student senator on ASG. And when I met Ms. Tillman 2 years ago, it was at an event that she was throwing. And I thought that we could work together to help the ASG department reach out to our students and find out what our students needed. The things that this department offers to our students that are part of the program, are printers, help them with books, school supplies, backpacks. These are things that our students in our area don't have the money to be paying for every year or every semester to be able to succeed. And if our students or our school isn't giving this information out and supporting our department or giving us recognition, then our students are failing.
Thank you. I have Bonnie Cruz.
Hold on for me.
Okay.
I'm Bonnie Cruz. I'm the administrative assistant at CalWorks, Workforce Development. I just need to let you know is that our department's growing, and it's becoming where students come in that aren't even like, they look for information, look for services. When we don't turn them away, we find it, we help them, we direct them, but we make sure that they get the possible offer that we can allow for them. If they need a register and they said, well, financial aid did not help us, we will help them. We will get them registered. We will show them. We can walk them to different places where they need to go. But part of our program is to see that if you could actually come and see what we do, you would see us growing. You would see what Shalita has done for us. You'll see us, how many events we're going to, how many partners we're getting to help us with our CalWorks Students Workability 3. And it's just, our place is small, but we are growing larger. And so we do need a lot of assistance. We need to be recognized, especially Shalita, the staff, all of us do need to be recognized. Everybody's doing a wonderful job. They love their jobs, but it's just, we're growing and we need to look, it needs to show. We need that support. Thank you.
Thank you. Wendy?
Hello, everyone. My name is Wendy Nahuatl. I want to thank you for allowing us to be here and express how we feel. I am the program's assistant for CalWorks and Workforce Development, and it is an honor to help out our students and be able to assist them with all kinds of resources, not only our students within our program, but outside our program, our community members. It is very rewarding for them to come back to us and express how grateful and thankful they are. And when I applied to Valley College, I was very excited. It was an honor to work in the educational environment. However, then throughout the years, I started noticing students come in and they felt like they were not getting the help that they needed in the other departments. And we made sure that each student left feeling important to us, that we cared for their education and assisting them with breaking any type of barriers. So it is very hard and it's sad to see students, again, come to our office and feel like they're not getting the support from other departments. And we, again, we have a great leadership. Shalita Tillman is awesome, our staff, and we just, like they said, we want to get more support and come visit us in our office and see what we do. Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to remind the general public do we have, is this in the same topic?
No, different topic.
Okay, different topic. That the board may not discuss or take action on matters raised during the public comment unless they're properly noticed for discussion in open session. However, we can request an update from the chancellor on the program for the future. And I think that would be appropriate. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Is this the only other one that we have? I have a note from Brandy Bayless.
Hi, thanks for hearing me in public comment. So I have a report to give as well, but I wanted to be able to speak before we got to the voting part of the meeting. There's a reorganization on the agenda for tonight, and our Senate would like to remind you that we are still teaching with 55 students in our classes, and reorganization costs funding, and that funding is being put on our students to pay for. So as we think about how we're going to reorganize, can we also think about how we're going to pay for it and who we are asking to pay for it? Because currently we are asking the extra 20 students at Crafton in every section that's running at 55, while Valley is running at 35, a far more appropriate number, to pay for these changes. So please keep that in mind as we vote on these. Do we have the information to show that those 20 students in all of those sections are not the ones paying for the reorg?
Thank you. Any more public comment? I don't have any more slips.
That is all.
Okay. The next item is the approval of minutes. I'm calling for a motion and a second before we can have discussion.
So moved.
All right, thank you. Is there anybody who would like to, is there any discussion on the minutes? None at all? All right. Then we will start with a vote, a roll call vote. My legal eagle is smiling. Okay. Student trustee Alexander.
Aye. Or?
Student trustee Del Rosario.
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez is absent. Trustee Houston is absent. Trustee Longville. Aye. Trustee Reyes.
Aye.
Trustee Williams is absent. Trustee Viracel.
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. Thank you. And the next item is the presentation and celebration, the applause cards. If you will put them up on the screen and scroll, we'd like to congratulate all of those who are constantly giving service to our students and to each other. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your service and everybody working as a village to make everything better for all of us. Yeah. I'd like to call on Chancellor Rodriguez to recognize employees with 20 years plus of service and also to have the display of years of service on the screen.
Thank you, Chair Harrison. You know, as we display the years of service recognition, there are 16 individuals that have served this district for over 20 years. And those years range from 37 years to 20 years. It is just amazing the number of years of dedication throughout our district that these employees have shared. I take a look at this list and I see friends, mentors of mine, and people that I have worked side by side with as faculty members. And so I just want to recognize them and to have us just pause and think for a minute as the number of students that each of these individuals have touched, have impacted their lives over these 20 to 37 years. So congratulations to all of them.
Thank you. I can't believe some of those names up there.
I know.
Yeah. They can't be that old. I'm not that old. So, but thank you very much for your service. The next item is action agenda, and we are we're going to conduct a public hearing on the final budget for fiscal year 2022-2023. Pursuant to Title V, Section 58301, opening the public hearing prior to adopting the final budget for the fiscal year. So the public hearing is opened. Do we have any comments? No comments, okay. Hearing no comments, we will close the meeting. And at this point, I'm asking for a motion and a second to adopt the fiscal budget for 2022-23. It will be the final budget.
I make a motion.
Okay.
I'll second.
All right. Is there any discussion? None at all? Okay. Then we will start with the vote. Student trustee Alexander.
Aye.
Student trustee Del Rosario.
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez is absent. Trustee Houston is absent. Trustee Longville.
Aye.
Trustee Reyes.
Aye.
Trustee Williams is absent. Trustee Vericel.
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. Thank you. The next item is the consent agenda, and it's expected to be routine and non-controversial. It will be acted upon by the board at one time without discussion. Any member of the board, staff member, or citizen may request that an item be removed from this section for discussion. At this time, do we have any items that need to be pulled from the agenda?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Any board member, student trustee who wishes to pull an item out of the consent agenda? None. Okay. So, can I have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda?
Second.
All right. So then we will have, and then is there any discussion? None? All right, we'll call a roll call vote. Student trustee Alexander.
Aye.
Student trustee Del Rosario.
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez, absent. Trustee Houston, absent. Trustee Longville.
Aye.
Trustee Reyes.
Aye.
Trustee Williams, absent. Trustee Vericel.
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. So the consent agenda is done. At this point, we will go to reports. And so remember that these are brief reports, and they correspond to the goals set in our strategic plan. We really appreciate the reports basically coming to that format. And we will start with board committee reports. As I understand it, the Finance Committee was canceled, and the Legislative Committee, I don't know whether they met or not. They did not meet. Okay.
But I'd like to make some comments on that.
All right. Trustee Reyes.
Yeah. All I want to do is just basically state that on behalf of the Legislative Committee, I believe it's one of the most important ones because that's how we're able to communicate with our elected officials in terms of policy. For me, it's budget allocation for college. And I can say that we've done a very good job, and I honestly say that our team has done a very good job. I want to compliment our, from the chancellor down to the vice chancellors, the presidents. We're a district that has vision, and that really impacts our students. If we do well, our students would do well in regards to having enough resources. I also want to compliment, if you were able to see the last month or so, our chancellor was selected to be part of a specialized group that is going to be doing an evaluation for the entire state. That takes a lot of hard work and respect from the other people. So I want to compliment our Chancellor, Rodriguez, for being selected. I also want to say that we also have other individuals, and it takes a lot of time to be part of these committees. All-star team. We have Angel Rodriguez, who is also part of the student, what's the proper finance budget? What is he part of?
Student aid.
Student aid. And that really deals with the finance for our students. And so he's in a very good position to input and talk about whether it be the grants or so forth. Now we also have Joseph Williams, who is part of the governing board for the state of California. So we can honestly say that we've done very well, and we will continue to do well. And our students that are coming here are getting more involved. They're learning a lot, and eventually, they will be very, very successful. So I'm very proud to be part of this district and having a good working relationship with our elected officials. And you can see the results are there in terms of the funding that we have received. So the legislative committee plays an important role. And I want to thank Dr. Vericel for being part of my committee, and John Longville. Thank you so much. And the rest of the board. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Chancellor's report.
Thank you. My remarks will be focused around two of our goals, student success and regional leadership. So first off, last week we had the honor and privilege of hosting the U.S. Department of Energy's Secretary Jennifer Granola and Congressman Pete Aguilar. I apologize for the feedback. I'm not sure why that's happening. But they visited our clean energy vehicle training program at San Bernardino Valley College. I'll just speak up. At San Bernardino Valley College, they met with faculty and students who really are our next generation of clean energy workers who will make a difference, not only in our community, but across the nation. You know, there's still a buzz around the community about the visit that we had. So thank you for all of those who helped make that successful. In particular, Dr. Scott Thayer, Dr. Dina Humble, Dr. Vanessa Thomas, Mr. Kenny Malakon, Mr. Alexander Cruz, Mr. Mike Lane, and Mr. Bob Jenkins, who put in a lot of time and effort to make that visit a success. And also thank you to KVCR and Fox LA for their news coverage for this event. Coming up in December 9th, SBCCD will be hosting California's only basic needs conference on the San Bernardino Valley College campus. And the College of the Desert will co-host with us. Again, it'll be held on December 9th. We have a capacity for about 300 practitioners from around the state. And we also thought it was important that we hear the student voices within these workshops and in the summit. So my office is going to sponsor 20 students from across our district to participate in this workshops. And I also want to say congratulations to Crafton Hills College, being named number 5 in the list of California's top small campuses by the U.S. Department of Educational National Center for Education Statistics. That was a mouthful. We already knew this. We knew that Crafton was already a top college, but it's nice to be recognized, and so that the rest of California, I'm just going to say the rest of the universe now knows that they are a top college.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
I just want to make sure I clearly understood. Madam Chancellor, we're talking about top 5 among small colleges in the entire United States. Is that correct?
That is correct, by this organization.
Yes. Thank you very
That
much.
is correct.
Yeah.
Again,
Very nice.
congratulations to Crafton Hills, not a small effort. So
Yeah.
thank you for that. Next week, we will begin meeting with the leadership in our K-12, with our K-12 partners to discuss opportunities in expanding our dual enrollment programs. We hope to enhance and influence our enrollment with these conversations, and more so increase the college-going rate in our communities. You know, our enrollment right now is currently 5,600 or so FTES, which equals just under 16,000 student head count across our district. So this is 3.3% in FTES and 3.4% in head count over last year. So we have been making some significant strides, and I want to thank not only the people in this room, but everyone across the district during the pandemic, coming out of the pandemic, staying focused on our students. So we are optimistic that we are going to hit our goals. We still have a lot of work to do to get back to the pre-pandemic numbers, but we are definitely trending in the right direction. So thank you all. Thank you all for that. And finally, as Trustee Reyes indicated, I've been invited by the interim state chancellor, Dr. Daisy Gonzalez, to join 8 other CEOs across the state to participate on a statewide council to really serve as a catalyst for change in the way that we do business in the California Community College system, identifying resources while advocating to address student re-engagement with our colleges, enrollment, and success, and not only supporting this region here, but the region across the state. So I'm looking forward to the work and very honored to be selected. And that is my report. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Madam Chair,
Congratulations. Yes.
I'd like to make a comment in regards to that. As I indicated to you, as the chair of the legislative, I was very impressed with the visit of the Department of Energy. But what are we going to do about that? Our responsibility is to take pictures and talk to them, but the next responsibility is to make sure that they understand that we have some programs, and we take it one step further. When we go to Washington, when we go to Sacramento, we let them know, and we put positive pressure on them. That is my responsibility. That is our responsibility as legislative, and has worked very well for us. So I had the privilege of meeting with the secretary, but I will be more impressed when we meet with the secretary and we tell her, oh, we have this program and we have that other program, and we're going to apply for a grant that will lead us $2 million or whatever that is. We've done this before, so this is not new for us, for me. That's what I like. Having them come here and smile and meet with the students, that's good. It's our responsibility now to go to Washington, D.C. and request for those funds, because there is monies available. I also want to put positive pressure on our elected officials. Congressman Aguilar is in the Appropriations Committee. So now we also want to say, thank you so much. What can we do so that we can get funding for students in our programs? So always keep that in mind. There's always a reason for inviting people. It's not just to shake hands and to smile and look beautiful. We always look beautiful, but yeah, thank you. So do you. But that's what we do. And we've been very successful. So this is not new to us again. And so I invite all of us to be part of this. And we will invite, whether it be the administrations or the students. And that's what we capitalize. It's not just, I didn't want to just see her and smile and see you later. No, we'll be there next month or whatever it is. And we will put positive pressure because there's a lot of monies. So I want to thank the congressman for inviting the Secretary of Energy to come. And now she saw all the great, I was really impressed. I was impressed with, I thought it was an old beat up building. And it is, but the way they did things, it's impressive. And then we're preparing to go to the $100 million applied technology building. So that's we're going to need more money. So thank for the leadership again of the Congressman Aguilar.
We have been visited this election year by several people coming to our area, not only to our community college, but the Undersecretary of Commerce was here and invited some people to come to meet us for lunch. And there was this morning, the Secretary of Transportation that met with community leaders and political leaders in Fontana, talking about transportation. But one of the things that interests me the most, and I plan to make a report to the Legislative Committee to follow up on, and that is that the Undersecretary of Commerce was very interested in student housing and the possibilities of community colleges expanding that whole area. So I will turn that over to the proper people, and I'm sure all of us will make an effort to thank Congressman Aguilar, and I'm always very thankful for election years because everybody comes, and so I'm sorry, it's a little cynical, but anyway, it's a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity to bring information to them and to let them know what kinds of things we're looking at. So. San Bernardino Valley College Academic Senate.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
If I might, before they give the report, if I may, I'd like to ask if the Chancellor would be open to a comment about some efforts she's been making of late related to software. I don't want to disclose more than I should, but if I made just a general comment about it and how it's going to save us money, would that be premature?
Unfortunately, yes, it would
Okay.
be premature.
All right, thank you.
Just so that the
I will-
audience knows, I've been working with a software company to provide services for across the district. We're still in negotiations with that contract, so just can't discuss any further. But thank you for recognizing. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And that is meeting one of the goals that we talked about, making it as easy as possible for our students to register. And that meets one of our big goals, and it's a huge one. Thank you. I'm sorry, San Bernardino Academic Senate.
Oh, man, that's really low. Let's do this. Okay. Yes. Okay. All right. Good evening. I think it's actually officially evening now. So I'm Davina Burns-Peters, Academic Senate President for San Bernardino Valley College, and happy to be here again tonight. So in trying to follow the template, and I don't say that obnoxiously, I really do appreciate it. It really helps to formalize some of my thought processes and what to share out. So I'm going to just kind of go to some of the positive actions first and leave the information to inform policy at the end. So I just wanted to highlight a couple of things. One kind of a fun item. Next Friday, we will be having a faculty recital, I guess is what we call that. I think I called it a talent show. I don't know if that was demeaning to the arts. It is. I see you, Anne. I'm so sorry. Okay. A recital. We are having a faculty recital, which consists of music, dance, or, well, it could be singing, playing instrument, or dance. So we are hosting that next Friday. And I would be happy to forward that information. Looking forward to seeing our faculty show their stuff and
trying to get our VPI to join as well. No pressure. We hear that she knows a little bit about jazz. That being said, so that's a fun highlight. Another fun highlight is our theater department is gearing up for their fall event or their fall show, which this year is going to be Little Shop of Horrors. So kind of excited about that. I hear there might be a small roller skating component, and I'm really advocating for that because I want to be on stage in roller skates. So if that happens, I'll let you know.
Vice Chancellor Hannon would like a roll, please.
Okay, are you a skating girl? I'm a Little Shop of Horror. Okay, noted. I will make the invite. I will take care of that. I might know people. I'm tired tonight, and my sense of humor comes out to play a little bit. It's not always received so well, but thank you. So anyhow, that's coming up, so really looking forward to that. I really wish it was in October, though, because, you know, so fitting, but I'll take it in December. In the area of actions or updates related to our goals, I actually have an item that I think fits in item 1, which is eliminating barriers to student access and success, as well as in section 2, which is being a diverse and equitable and inclusive and anti-racist institution. Our nursing department, well, let me preface this, that you're going to see this, I believe, on the next Board of Trustees agenda as an information item coming from our nursing department. I thought it was going to be here tonight, so I had it on my report, so I'm going to go ahead and share if you don't mind. I just want to highlight and lift up the tremendous amount of work that that division has done regarding their admission requirements to the nursing program. It is very known to us, it's no secret, that there is an enrollment gap and a recruitment gap for our nursing department and other allied health professions. And you know, when we're going through hiring processes to hire faculty, say in the nursing department, right? Or if you look around at some of our nurses that are in the field, you see that there's just not enough representation there. Where does that start, right? It starts at the hiring process, it starts at the recruit for faculty, and it also starts for students of getting them through the front door, getting them to our campus, and ensuring that we're paving that way, that everybody has that access to apply for and the potential to be in that program. So they spent all of last semester, all of spring semester, and I'm going to say probably even a little bit more, in doing an audit, I would say, of their admission process, what their admission requirements looked like, line by line, piece by piece, and identified really clear and specific barriers. What seemed like a good idea at the time of creation, right, has caused barriers for students. I think one example I could give is that there's a GPA requirement in some of the sciences, and when they really started putting pen to paper and looking at numbers, 1B could mean the difference of getting into a class or not, getting into the program or not. And again, more information will come on that, and I don't want to steal their thunder, but I do want to highlight that that is such intentional work, so intentional. And I'm really excited to see, I know that has to go through a process before it can be activated in terms of accreditation, local nursing accreditation processes and requirements, but it will come to you, and we're excited to see that go forward. And I have faith that, 5 years from now, that the diversity within our nursing department will look very different than it does today. And again, that's really going to the root of an issue and just being really honest and having really honest and open conversations that I was privileged to be part of some, and just really fantastic work that we're starting to see modeled in other places, and I hope to see that continue. Speaking of leadership and partnerships in addressing regional issues, I don't know if it addresses regional issues, but I always like to highlight some of the work that we are doing, and I know Chancellor Rodriguez appreciates the work that we're doing outside of the campus in terms of partnerships and in other spaces and how we represent San Bernardino Valley College.
So I'm excited to say that I have been assigned to the Senate Relations Committee for ASCCC. So we'll see what that holds. I'm really excited about that. And of course, being an academic Senate president, I hope to get some questions answered and to help improve those relations, exactly what the title of the committee says we'll do. We also had a special rostrum article, or a special rostrum that came out in May of 2022. It was specifically regarding the work that we've done since George Floyd in terms of anti-racism, et cetera. And I was encouraged to and invited to write an article, and I did write an article that is in that rostrum, and it was published. So it was titled, "An Inclusive Learning Environment for All, Why Is It Taking So Long?" And I think I've spoken to that a little bit, and anybody who knows me knows that it feels like, yes, it's a long time, but I spoke to it in terms of just really using the analogy of it's a big ship, it's a really big ship, and it takes a long time to turn around those big container ships, and that's really what we're doing. A paradigm shift and a true culture shift takes time. So I think that takes me to the area, and I think that's a really great segue, to the area of information on to inform policy. And I'm going to talk about this policy this evening, focused really on the issue of transparency and communication. Over the past several weeks, there have been multiple changes that have occurred that have technically met the technicality of established policy and protocol, but have not necessarily served to support the building and maintenance of trust. And I use the word maintenance for a reason, talking about that really big shift, right? Ship that we have to turn in terms of DIA work. There's been a big ship that we've had to turn with district and campuses as well, right? I don't think that's a secret. I don't think I'm airing dirty laundry. I think that's known in reality. And I even heard in strategy session the last time about honoring some of the transparency that has come about and the appreciation for that. And I want to begin by just saying that I have been privileged to be close enough in space or in proximity to watch that shift happen. And sometimes we don't know a shift has happened until it happens, or until something else happens. And you're like, wait, why are we feeling this way? Why is this not working for me, right? And when you reflect, you kind of go, oh, because we've moved into a space of trust. We've moved into that space of comfort and that space of relationship, that when something doesn't quite fit into that, we notice it, right? It hits. It's like, why? So I'm trying to be really clear that we've had that shift happen. At least that's been my experience, that there has been that shift. And we appreciate that shift. So when things come across that technically meet protocol, technically meet policy, right? But that collegial process is not necessarily taken to the next step, it doesn't always sit right, I guess is the best way to say it. And it doesn't, and I think what really comes to mind is that when we're looking at changes that occur, whether they be at the district or at the campus level, reorganizations, whatever they are, right? If they check the box and it's like, well, that's not really a Senate issue, but is it better to inform Senates as a covering your basis, opening up communication, transparency, versus having the Senates find out about something on a Board of Trustees document, which the reorganization tonight was. I had heard rumor that was happening. I don't know how or why. Again, it technically checks the box. I recognize that a reorganization and a reclassification is not a Senate purview. It's not a 10+1 unless it affects faculty. But to find that on a board doc is like, it would have been nice to know. It would have been nice to know. So just as we move along, I think what I would really encourage is that
let's not be so comfortable in that shift of trust that we take it for granted and stop taking those extra steps to ensure it. Let's keep acting in the same way we did when we were trying to build the trust, right? Making sure we talked to everybody that might even remotely be close to being impacted by something, right? We took really great efforts and strides during that time period. Let's continue that even in that space of trust, in that safer space, so that we can maintain that and continue to build that even further. So I hope that makes sense, and I appreciate your time, and I look forward to more reports of good things happening. And, and the last thing is student equity planning. We're still in it. We're in it, living, eating, breathing it right now. And I know I bring it up every time at Board of Trustees right now, but it's important to know that we're very invested in that. We just went to an institution meeting, institute meeting, I should say, where we're really receiving some great guidance and looking forward to bringing that to you guys at the end of the year. But still kind of just figuring out how to put that all together, be realistic with our goals, but also being really intentional about paving a path of equity for our Black and African American students. So I will continue to let you know that we're working on it and updates as they come along. So thank you again for your time.
Thank you. San Bernardino Classified Senate, San Bernardino Valley College Classified Senate. Nope, no report. San Bernardino Valley College Associated Students.
Good evening. My name is Nalva Ruiz Martinez, and I am the new ASG Student Body President. I am here to give a report on behalf of the student government. First, we have come to notice that not a lot of students are aware that they have representation, so that is something that we're currently working on to bring more awareness to the students. Secondly, we have been filling in vacancies, informing new students and current students about ASG. Thirdly, we have been reestablishing ASG presence at SBVC by increasing student representation in committees and by visiting clubs, making sure that students' needs are being heard and that they are aware that we are here. And lastly, we're currently in the process of planning for new events. We have Club Rush that's coming up, a couple of events for Halloween, holidays that are coming up. So we're working on those upcoming events. And this concludes my report. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Madam, can I make a comment?
Trustee Reyes.
I really appreciate the students getting more involved, and I appreciate both of you. I remember that I was here a couple of months ago, and you were talking about strategies about how to get more students involved, and I really appreciate that. I know that Robert is doing the same thing, and now we even have 2 Crafton Hills people, so students, you can't imagine how important this is going to be for us, and then for you. Your involvement is going to lead to better opportunities for you when it comes to grants, scholarships, because they're no longer just accepting students with straight A's. It's good to have straight A's. They want students that are good, but also participate in the college or in their community. So you're paying your dues, and I want to compliment you when you come and you let us know what you're doing and what we can do to help you. By getting to know us, then we get to know you. And I already told you, paid internships for students that go to Washington, D.C. I love for you to get part of that, because they're always looking at good students. And so I'm already looking at 4 of them, well, 6 of them, because Robert and
Thank you.
Paul. Okay, thanks.
Crafton Hills College Academic Senate.
Hi again, everyone. So now I'm here to give the actual report part. It's 5 pages long, and I'm reading it end to end. Just kidding. It's 3 pages. 2 of them are pictures. They don't count. And I'm also not reading end to end. There's a lot here to talk about how we are supporting our strategic directions, because we're excited that they align so much with the work that we're already doing on our campuses. We're obviously in tune as a district, and that's really reassuring to see. I did want to point out 2 big things, which is We voted to remove the GPA minimum requirement for all of our dual enrollment students. I know that was a conversation, and so we did that at the end of last semester. Thanks. And then the other two are from our honors in supporting being a leader and partner in addressing regional issues. 8 of our honors students were awarded the President's Volunteer Service Award for 100 or more hours of service in a 12-month period, and that is the President of the United States Award. So they have a nice big bundle to wear. And then 2 of our honor grads, Lauren Stairs and Mason Audette, were admitted to CSUSB's Honors to Honors program, which was created in part by a previous CHC student, Bristol Nevins. So we are doing outreach with our colleges to make sure our students have a successful transfer experience. With that being said, we are really excited to see support for equity. And we are really excited to see trainings that support equity. And we're really excited to be on the same page and be making really big changes to how we are teaching. But those changes become impossible with 55 students. It really does become to the point where we've received training that we just can't implement. And from an instructional standpoint, that is the most frustrating feeling, to know that you could do it better, to know how you can do it better, and then to be presented with an impossible situation. It's disheartening and exhausting. 55 students in an online class will generate more than 280 discussion posts in a single week. So I have fellow instructors that are trying to read through 284 discussion posts for a single class in a single week. If you printed it out, that's 72 pages of interactions with students. One of the basic requirements for an online class is regular effective interaction, and there is no way for a single instructor to be effective in that interaction. The board report also includes visuals of classroom layouts, one showing 35 students and one showing 55 students. These are just examples of what it actually looks like in the room. And if you look at the 2 classes and imagine for a moment that you are sitting in the class with 55 seats, do you feel valued as an individual? Do you feel like you are going to get the one-on-one attention that you need from your instructors? Can you imagine what the group work looks like or sounds like in that room? Can you hear your partners over the banter of everyone else in the room trying to learn at the same time? So when we prioritize changes to DSO organization, we're telling our students that the new organization is going to somehow benefit them and equity work more than fewer students in their class. Our budgeting decisions make the argument that when we prioritize, we benefit students more than direct support from their instructors, more than less daunting discussion boards, and more than increased opportunities to participate in classroom discussions, dialogue, and group interactions. We have heard arguments that this is necessary for efficiency, and we have heard arguments that the changes to organization mirror other districts, and we understand those arguments. We're just asking that the board assess efficiency recommendations and organizational common practices to focus on improving the student experience, because that's what we're here for. And that student experience, 280 posts a week, or 55 other students in the class with you, that's not the student experience that we are promising them. We are promising them one-on-one attention. We are promising them equity-based teaching practices, and then we're not supporting it in the actual classrooms. Our Senate is looking forward to updates on how our budgeting process can support lower class enrollment caps. The resolution we read in May is standing as a plea to the board to take the issues of course enrollment maximums, the resource allocation model, and uncapped assessments of the colleges by the district seriously. They are affecting our enrollments. They are the reason that we are having 55 students in these sections. And so if we can't figure out how to balance that back out, what are we doing? How are we paying for these things while asking the students to give up their one-on-one attention, to give up their time with their instructor to pay for it? And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Crafton Hills College Classified Senate.
So I know it's very rare. I was actually in the car today watching the beginning of this meeting on Zoom, hoping that I could be here to present because I was so excited of what I had experienced the last couple days. First off, I want to thank Dr. Haran and his team for not only being the top best small colleges in the California. But with every team leader, there's a team behind that leader. And that just shows you that the leadership is not only pushing for us to be the best, but our classified are also pushing for our college to be the best. Being the best, though, and being a small college, our classified have huge hearts. And this was seen this last month with our custodian, Mr. Richard Lopez, where he went above and beyond and was memorialized for his kindness by being recognized by the paramedic class in their presentation plaque. But Richard's just one of many classified workers at Crafton Hills College that go above and beyond. So many times we are faced at Crafton Hills College with trying to fix things with what I call in the theater duct tape and paper clips. And so as we find ways to provide these services to students, we need to find adequate resources so that we are helping students achieve their goals, but also providing them the services they need to reach those goals as well. I had the utmost privilege to have a sit-down, intimate sit-down conversation with Olympic gold medalist Michael Phelps. And we shared a conversation of mental health and mental well-being, whether it was through the professions of being a professional athlete or through the profession of education, whether you were a student or a staff or faculty. And through this conversation, we found a commonality and we found ways in which we could improve. And simple things where it may not cost us money, where when we are recognized as the best, maybe there's ways we can celebrate those accomplishments and take a moment to recognize those that put forth the work to be recognized as the top 5. In looking through our past presidents of the classified staff, I found that we had a culture on our campus at one point where a groundsman felt that he could step away from his position for an hour to be the Senate president of our classified Senate. And so how do we get back to that culture where any classified can feel that they can step up to a leadership role in classified Senate or maybe the union or somewhere else, but they're allowed to participate in those manners of our shared governance or participatory governance as it is now. So I wanted to share that, and always, Crafton's the best. So thank you.
Thank you. Crafton Hills College Associated Students.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for allowing me to be here today. So my name is Dahlia Coleman. I am majoring in communications, and I plan on staying for 2 years for my general ed. And on behalf of the team, I'd like to offer this report. So upcoming events are on September 14th, we have an Hispanic Heritage Benvenida event, and the DJ will be provided. And I will be handing off the mic to my partner.
Hello, my name is Gerardo de Vera. I am a business administration major. I am currently in the second year of Crafton, and I'm hoping to transfer after finishing my second year. Now, as of now, we have established all the positions for the 2022-2023 Student Senate, including the president, the internal affairs, the external affairs, etc. But as of now, we are still trying to distribute each of the Student Senate to each of the individual committees that are provided. Now, other events that we need to mention are that on October 12th, that there's going to be a career fair. A food truck will be provided. And on October 16th, there will be Club Rush. As of now, we are still trying to determine what theme we're trying to go for, something, as the president has mentioned, something that is not really religiously or spiritually affiliated. And hopefully, as of now, we are kind of drawing towards a more general fall theme based. Now, and last thing that I need to report on is that we are considering a partnership with Duck and Owl. Duck and Owl provides the food for Crafton. And we are considering to expand the art wall that we have in the cafeteria. And hopefully something will be done of that. As of now, it is still in its early stages. And that concludes the report.
Thank you very much. CSCA.
I have a very brief report. This is the first time I'm using the template, so please bear with me. Good evening, members of the Board of Trustees. Some of the things I'm reporting on are the actions and/or updates related to our goals. So the first one would be eliminate barriers to student access and success. And recently, the district has hired several key classified staff, including a basic needs coordinator. With this new job description, we were able to quickly negotiate with the district, and this person will help our students find the life assistance they need so they can focus on their studies. So that was the tie together that I found. Okay. But the rest is noteworthy accomplishments. Our collective bargaining agreement is nearly complete with just the appendices to finalize before it's submitted to the field office for the 610 process. I expect to have it to the field office in the next week and possibly ratified by mid-October. And then we would be giving those out to folks and showing them the changes. We were invited to and attended the district's health fairs on August 23rd and 25th, and were able to inform folks about the union and answer any questions they may have had. I wanted to thank Janae Jacoby, who was always great, for her gracious invitation, and Debbie Castro for her incredible ability to make our table beautiful and informative. She's also our communications officer. Just completely impressed. She's got the job for life, like forever. She's great. And then some of our members of our chapter attended conference this year, and it was the first time it was in person since 2019. So our folks were energized and excited by the experience. Over the years that we had no in-person, it was virtual. So we did save some money on our travel. So what we did with that travel funds is we donated it to the Dorothy Bjork Humanitarian Fund, and this year we gave the biggest donation of $3,500 to help those who, one of the biggest, the people who we've kind of depleted over the last few years because of all the fires that have been going on. But we're able to help so many classified staff who had lost their homes, and that if you have an emergency, you can tap into this fund. So that's what we were able to donate towards, and I want to thank our membership for their generosity in allowing us to make such a significant donation. And that's all I had. Thank you.
Thank you. The board members, you should have a CTA written report at your convenience to read. And so the next report would be Police Officers Association. Do we have a report? No. Okay. San Bernardino Valley College President or designee.
Thank you, Board President Harrison. I'm happy to give the San Bernardino Valley College report tonight to the board. SBVC, I'm really excited to report we are up 7% in enrollment compared to 1 year ago today.
Very nice. Very nice.
And that equates to 640 students and an increase of 258 FTES. And I want to acknowledge the work of our faculty chairs and all of our deans, instruction and student services, in navigating our very complex enrollment management plan in order to serve students and provide access to students. We've made a lot of adjustments, and we are being flexible and nimble still as we come out of the pandemic. But we are doing this. We are up 7% in enrollment with 200 less sections. So we are more efficient and improving our efficiency every semester. So thank you to all for that work. As part of the Early College Start program partnership with Rialto Unified School District and Valley College, we will be hosting students from Frisbee Middle School on campus this Friday, September 9th. This is the beginning of our middle school visits to SBVC from Rialto Unified School District, and that will occur throughout the year. We are working very closely with them on aligning our programs with their desire to have the Early College Start program where students can complete at least 30 units before transferring to Valley College. SBVC will host a student services fair on Tuesday, September 13th from 11 to 2 to provide our students with information on the resources available to them that can assist them in their journey at SBVC. This is also an opportunity. We will be launching our Hispanic Heritage Month activities. And then Wednesday, September 14th, from 6 to 8 p.m., we will host our Black to School Night, a program that will highlight our work to engage our future Black students at Valley College. This is a focus on Black excellence. We have invited high school students in our surrounding communities. And I'm proud to report that our mathematics, business, and computer technology division has donated 42 book bags, 74 thumb drives, and folders for the event. So I want to thank our student services colleagues for making that happen. Also, our very own Kenny Melancon. He is, those of you may have met Kenny. He is the faculty chair in our heavy-duty medium truck program and a really advocate for our electric truck vehicles. He will be a guest speaker and panelist at the 8th Annual Environmental Justice Conference on Wednesday, September 14th. The conference is sponsored by AQMD, Air Quality Management District, and the conference focuses on building the road to zero emissions as we develop and transition medium and heavy-duty trucks to zero-emission vehicles. Also, our Valley Now dual enrollment program hosted an on-campus presentation and registration event for San Bernardino City Unified School District's virtual academy high school for about 400 students and parents. And we did that on August 23rd. Our dual and concurrent enrollment continues to grow, and I'm very proud of the work of Dr. Patty Quach and her team, Kimberly Miller, for the dual and concurrent enrollment. Also, have you checked and fed your houseplants lately? We have, as Davina Birds-Peters mentioned, we will be offering the show Little Shop of Horrors. Definitely want to feed your houseplants. The shows will run December 1st through 3rd and December 4th. You can get your tickets on the website. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. I've been feeding my houseplants coffee because I was told that that was supposed to be very good for them. So I'm going to watch them now. I'm going to really watch them. It's a great play. It's a great play. Thank you. Crafton Hills College, and welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. So the first thing I'd like to report is on board goal number 1 to continue to expand student access and success. We're really pleased to inform the board that after extensive dialogue with the Yucaipa-Calimesa Joint Unified School District, that the YCJUSD board amended their board policy to allow dual enrollment courses to count towards their own high school graduation core requirements. This is a big game changer for our students.
Yeah.
Prior to this policy, amendment, the dual enrollment courses could only count towards elective credit. This is a great win for the students, and we deeply appreciate the leadership of Superintendent Kelly Blinks and Assistant Superintendent Dr. Jamie Anderson in this work. Board goal number 2, advance access to address DEIA work. Our very own Crafton Hills College amazing counselors, Suits, recently attended the Leadership Educational for Asian Pacific LEAP Advanced Leadership Development for Higher Education this past summer. The 4 days intense program was held at Cal Poly Pomona, and Suits is an active member of Crafton's Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion work and founding member of the district newly established Asian Pacific Islander Association. We also wanted to highlight goal number 3, position SBCCD as regional leader. This is where I want to just highlight this again today, guys. So Crafton Hills College was recently named one of the 5 best small colleges in California by the best universities. We're not going to get tired of saying this, guys. So that's right. We're just going to keep saying it. In the description, the nomination included highlighting our guided pathways recently implemented by the college. Crafton was ranked along with West Valley College, Las Positas College, San Diego, Miramar College, and Napa Valley College. Crafton Hills College was notified today, so this is hot off the press, that we have received CCC, California Community College Chancellor's Office, provisional approval for our new Bachelor of Science in Respiratory Care. We anticipate receiving full approval by the end of the semester after being reviewed and approved by both ACCJC and the Board of Governors. This is an incredible step in being a regional leader in meetings with the workforce needs by respiratory care. A big congratulations to Dr. Keith Wirtz, Dan Ward, Michael Sheehan, and the entire respiratory care department for their work in moving this forward. And goal 4, diversifying revenue streams. Our college foundation board has selected the Huddleston Group to conduct capital campaign analysis for a new yet to be determined amount for a new 5-year campaign. The foundation board is excited to build on the momentum of the largest gift to date to Crafton College of $1.8 million from the San Manuel Band of Mission Indians to support CHC Fire Academy. Yeah. Crafton Hills College was recently awarded $6,000 grant to support foster youth from the John Burton Advocacy for Youth. We are grateful for additional support we will be able to provide to our foster youth and students via this generous grant. And be sure to register by September 28th for our upcoming 5K run for the Hills in order to guarantee your free shirt. The race is being sponsored by a foundation. It offers a great opportunity to show support for the college and get a little exercise. You can walk or run. I'm even thinking maybe we can drive the cart just in case we need it. Come out and have some fun, guys. That concludes the report.
Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank
Congratulations. Vice Chancellor of Human Resources and Police Services. Oh, I miss you.
Right.
I bypassed the Executive Vice Chancellor.
I have no report, Madam Chair. So you're good to go. You read my mind, that's why.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay, all right.
Thank you for that. I will be brief. I do want to speak to, I wanted to clarify some of the information that has been discussed today, and then I do want to address some of the other concerns that have come up very briefly. So we have not approved a reorganization tonight. Tonight we approved a job description for our management group who were due a classification study, which is what we have to do every so many years. We completed a classification study for our classified unit members, and as a result, we have to continuously look at the job descriptions of our management group. That work was done and implemented for most managers at the end of June, but we did want to wait because we are in the process of doing an analysis of the district support offices and programs here at the DSO, and also doing some other analysis at the campus. And so we wanted to wait to update those job descriptions because there are some future reorgs that will come to the board after we've gone through all of the conversations, had any feedback or negotiations with any units that are impacted, and had the appropriate conversations at the campus level. So please do not be concerned. The reorg will come to the board at the appropriate time after we complete the next steps. And so I do take the transparency and the collaboration piece very seriously. And just know that we are looking to engage and get feedback from anyone that will be impacted and even those that won't be impacted. But just so you know why we are doing some reorgs, specific to the DSO restructure and reorg, and restructure is a very key word. We are restructuring how we do business. And so as you see these reorgs or restructures roll out, you will also see the new ways that we are doing business. And so please do trust that we are doing business in a way that does meet that transparency and the trust that we have hopefully built and will like to maintain. The DSO restructure and reorg is based on present and future needs of our district as a whole and includes succession planning, alignment of work, and a vision of future requirements for each department. The DSO restructure and reorg includes restructuring of departments to eliminate duplication of work, increase efficiencies, and develop internal controls. The DSO restructure and reorg results in an estimate annual savings of $50,000. And the DSO restructure and reorg aligns with the following SBCCD goals, which include goal number 2, being a diverse, equitable, inclusive, and anti-racist institution. Goal number 3, being a leader and partner in addressing regional issues. And goal number 4, ensuring fiscal accountability and sustainability. And I do like to say that everything we do is related to goal number 1, which is for our students. Everything that I do is for our students. And so I hope that we are able to reflect that as we go and speak to the college councils, as we go and speak to the senates. If you look at the spreadsheet that was sent to us earlier, I've already added my name, and those that know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. But we are going to be out there, and we are going to be sharing the message, getting the feedback, and then once that process has happened, we will bring everything to the board for final approval at the appropriate time. Thank you for your time. Oh, one last thing, our classified professionals, I can't wait to partner with you, Kevin, and partner with John at Valley. I'm already on the docket for them, but we are already in the planning stages for our next classified retreat. So I look forward to partnering with both of you and making sure that we are providing as much support and development for our classified professionals. I know I focus on classified a lot, but I also partner with our campus professional development coordinators when we talk about training for our faculty, and then partnering with our campus leaders when we do our professional development for our managers. That is my report.
Thank you. Vice Chancellor of Educational and Student Support Services, no report? No report. Okay. Is there any comment or any discussion on any of the information items that are provided to you on your agenda? None? I would like to make one little comment, and that is because we've been harping on this for a long, long time, and that is the low percentage of change orders. Yay. Congratulations. It's 2.4%. No, yeah, it's 2.4%. No, 0.24%. That is wonderful. I know when we passed the policy, we said less than 10%, but we are doing very well. Also, the other thing that I would like to comment, because I noticed where the contracts were going to some of the that I recognize many of our local vendors. Many local vendors are applying and are getting successful small contracts. So I'm very happy about that. I'm very I'm happy and unhappy for one of the vendors who fixed my roof didn't get the contract, but that wasn't it wasn't part of the committee. Otherwise, I would have told him he did a great job. He did a great job. But anyway,
Madam Chair.
and I was happy to see people from Colton applying, vendors local, from San Bernardino. That's one of the things that we talked about. That I know the region is big. It's Riverside, and it's it's the desert and all of that. But to see people that are just down the street from the campus applying for some of these things, yes. Trustee Reyes.
I totally in agreement with you. I think that who's in charge of this particular operation? Is it Vice Chancellor Torres? I want to compliment it because, 2 or 3 years ago, I remember we had so many people come over and we're very upset that our local vendors, our business people were not given an opportunity. We've turned that thing around. And so, Vice Chancellor Torres, thank you so much, and your team. I know you're going to say, like, my team. Yeah. So it really does reflect so positively, and it encourages a lot of people that are local that they do have an opportunity. So, and that's a hard shift because a lot of times you don't really get involved. But now I think you're telling our team to say, if there's two comparable individuals that are equal and one is local, please consider our local people, because that's the reason why they voted for the monies that we get in terms of the operation. So thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that.
Thank you, Trustee Reyes. And I just want to recognize that we have some of the members of that team here in the audience. Gentlemen, can you please stand up? Doctors? Thank you for that. Thank you.
Yeah. And I think it's, I always think of somebody who originally, years ago, came to us and worked as one of our consultants, Francis Grice, with the meetings we had and inviting people to consider being a vendor with this district. And it takes a lot of time, and I realize that it takes a lot of coaching because sometimes the small vendor is so busy taking care of their business that writing a proposal and doing all of those things is not something that they do on a regular basis. So they need that support. So I thank you for that. And for all the little small businesses that are out there. Thank you. Any other comments, discussions? No. Then we have the announcement of...
I would just note that it is every time that I come to one of our meetings lately, it seems like we are sharing more good news about how well things are going for our district and the two colleges. And while we have our flaws and areas which we must continue to address, I believe that this organization, under its current leadership, is showing an openness to addressing problems and an extraordinary ability to solve problems in an exceptional way that is beginning to be recognized much more broadly, I think, outside of our community than it is inside our community.
Yeah.
So I can only hope that more and more people right here in the San Bernardino area come to appreciate what an extraordinary resource, what an extraordinary group of resources they have available to them through the San Bernardino Community College District. And to thank, again, our chancellor and all of those many, many people reporting to her who are doing such extraordinary work. Thank you, Madam Chancellor.
Thank you. Thanks.
Concur. Thank you. I'm going to announce the closed session items. A, conference with labor negotiators, Government Code 54957.6, agency representatives Diana Z. Rodriguez and Christina Hannon, CSCA, CTA, POA, management/supervisors and confidential employees. B, public employee discipline/dismissal/release/non-reemployment, Government Code 54957, one case. C, conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation, Government Code 54956.9 D2, one case. Conference with legal counsel, existing litigation. Government Code 54956.9E3 or D1, 4 cases. Public employee performance evaluation, Government Code Section 54957B1, titled Chancellor. F, conference with real property negotiator, Government Code Section 54956.8. Properties, assessor, parcel numbers are listed on the agenda. Negotiating parties, San Bernardino Community College District, proposed buyer, real estate negotiators, Jose F. Torres, Executive Vice Chancellor, Diana Z. Rodriguez, Chancellor. Under negotiation, instruction to propose buyers real property, negotiators will concern price and items of payment associated with the possible purchase of the identified properties. And at this time, I welcome any public comment on closed session items. Is there any public comment? Have any slipped? No, okay.
Seeing none, Madam Chair, I move that we go into closed session.
I was just going to close our public session and convene our closed session. Thank you. We are reconvening the open session, and we have a couple of readouts from our closed session.
Thank you, Madam President. On September 8th, 2022, the board, by a vote of 4 members, 4 and 0 against, with 3 members, Gonzalez, Houston, and Williams absent, took action to approve the settlement of workers' comp claim 584583 with employee number 9140. On September 8th, 2022, the board, with members of 4 members voting yes and 0 voting against, with board members Gonzalez, Houston, and Williams absent, took action to approve the settlement of workers' comp claim 543496 with employee number 3435. And finally, on September 8th, 2022, the board, with the 4 members in attendance voting for and 0 voting against, and with trustees Gonzalez, Houston, and Williams absent, took action to approve the settlement of liability claim number 585732 with employee number 28489. That concludes the readouts.
Thank you. At this point, we are going to adjourn the meeting. The next meeting of the board, the strategy session, is September 22nd, 2022 at 4 p.m. in the district boardroom. This meeting is adjourned. This meeting is adjourned. That's not.
The other one, if Nick Zumbas.
Yeah, we had some deaths of colleagues and a fellow trustee, Nick Zumbas. We also had a longtime unofficial leader in our district, Clyde Williams, and there was one more.
Kevin Sutton.
And Kevin Sutton, and I don't know if we ever recognized the death of Ed Sumsky, who for years worked very hard at organizing and keeping the faculty informed. So we've lost a lot of dear members and colleagues. So we adjourn in their honor. Thank you.